So, Mr. Thomas, our customers tell us that they appreciate understanding what caused these issues to begin with, specifically with your floor framing system and why you're experiencing some of the things you are in your home. So, I wanted to explain that for you and just help you understand that here. So this is a look at your floor framing system. As you can see, it's very intricate, it's very vast, and if it's not properly maintained or built properly in the first place to begin with, it can cause some of these issues. So one of the issues could be sinking columns. And what that means is that the columns underneath your floor framing system, if they were not properly installed or the material that they're using was not sustainable, they will either start to crack or sink over time, and then causing the floor framing system above it to start doing the same and cracking and sinking, causing these different issues. Another one could be the inadequate structure design. So you can see this is something called overspanning. That means when they're building your floor framing system, they do not properly follow code and span these floor joists too far away, so that if they're not properly being supported in the middle, then they start to sag or bend, and that will cause the floor above it to start to do the same. Another big issue, as we kind of have reviewed before, moisture and rot. As you can see here, this is an example of a girder beam that has been exposed to moisture and rot, and over time, just like the joists, if they're not properly supported, it starts to sag or even completely fail and break. Luckily, your home is not to that stage yet. These are some symptoms that you might notice in your home when this starts to happen. Drywall cracks, floor separation, cracked tile, and a sticking doorway. So do you have a few doors or maybe windows in your home that are not currently operational? Okay, yeah, one or two. Well, that makes sense if the floor framing system is not properly aligned. And this is another example of what could happen underneath your home. You can see this is a floor joist that's spanned too far. The humidity, that fungi, mold, and wood-eating fungi start to grow underneath these conditions. You can see this is an example of a column breaking. These are obviously not ideal situations, would you agree? And if this is what your home looks like underneath, is there something you'd like to do about it? Yes, exactly. Now, the solution that we provide for you, would you like it to be a permanent solution or something temporary? Permanent. I agree with you, and that's exactly what I want to provide for you. But before I show you that, I want to show you something that historically there have been a few options contractors have used to attempt to try to fix this issue. And my emphasis on the word attempt because it has not been successful. Let me show you some of those examples. So this is obviously the first option is not usually done by the contractor, because if you hired them and they did nothing, that would be a big problem. But usually homeowners ignore the issue. They hope that it's going to get better, or they think it's not that bad. And obviously when we ignore issues over time, they only get worse, and in this case more expensive as well. But other things that contractors have done, one of them is called CMU columns. That would be a concrete masonry unit. So it's similar to it's concrete. And so as you can imagine, these similar to cinder blocks, and cinder blocks, although they have strength, they are not meant to hold up a home. A home can weigh quite a bit, as you can imagine. And if you put a lot of pressure on something that is not designed to hold up that much weight, what do you think is going to happen over time? That's correct. It's going to break, it's going to crack, it's going to fail. Another option has been shimming. So with that, they get to a certain point where they won't trying to support your home, and if there's a gap, they put shims in there to try to make up that gap. Now, does that sound like a sustainable way to support your heavy home? You're correct. It's not sufficient at all. And the last one is going to be a light duty jack. And a light duty jack is something, in some cases, it's like a car jack. They're used to support heavy things temporarily. And by heavy things, not homes, but other things like cars. And do you think that putting those kinds of jacks underneath your home, do you think that's going to hold up your home permanently? Correct, it's not. So I just want to show you some of those examples. So you can see here, this is what it would look like under some of these conditions. You can see here that that CMU just completely starts to fail. Another example of that. These are the shims, and in this case they used wood shims, which is even more inadequate. Some people try to use metal shims, and again, that can be a temporary thing, but we're looking for permanent solutions, correct? And those are those jacks I was telling you about. Again, designed for cars, not for homes. But I know exactly the solution that you need, and the solution I want to provide for you is going to be a permanent solution. So let's take a look at that. Now I have this video here that's designed by our engineering team. It's going to explain our solution at a very high level, and it's going to save us a lot of time. So let's watch this together. So Mr. Thomas, what do you think about that video? I agree, it's very informative. It really explains the solution at a very easy to understand level. I wanted just to review some things just to confirm we're on the same page about it. So our solution here, as you can see, the base, you can see the base of our IntelliJacks or our supports are going to be of not only of a material that is going to be sustainable, but it has a wide footing in order to spread that weight out. They are made of galvanized material, so that means that it's not going to rust or fail over time, and it can be adjusted. So we could come in underneath your home, adjust it to a certain level for the first year, come back, check again, second year, maybe it needs a little bit more adjusting, raising up, they can do that. So this can be a permanent solution that's going to age with your home and adjust to how your home starts to either move or settle, and we keep a close eye on it as well. This is what your a supplemental support beam looks like. We go underneath there, and if those floor joists, again, they were just not being well supported, we go in there and we support them with these galvanized metal beams that go across, and depending how long of a span you need done, we can get that taken care of for you. That's what I was telling you, they're adjusted. They just get a big wrench and they start to screw this thing up and snug it into place. This is what a supplemental beam will look like if you needed that. As you can see, this one is also paired with our encapsulation, and I would recommend that as well. But this supporting your home is very, very important, and under these conditions, you can see we get the job done. And does this look like a permanent solution? Is this something you would want the bottom of your home to look like? Great, I agree with you. That's what I want my home to look like as well. So our settle stop floor support system. So you can see here the settle stop. This is in regards to our annual service. So if you purchase the annual service plan, we come out yearly. We guarantee this with a lifetime guarantee, and come out and check on it so that you don't have to get into that crawl space. We do, and give you updates and pictures and ensure that the solution that we gave you is working. Does that sound like a good option for you? Great.